Okay. Hello.
Hello.
It's drizzling.
Yeah, a little light rain.
Light rain.
And it's still 86 degrees.
Well, what are we talking about today?
I've read on the forums a lot, and like the general consensus is like people will get a Tesla and all of a sudden their whole driving habits change. Like they were normally driving 12, 13 miles a year, and now they're getting close to 20,000 miles a year. And I'm gonna blow right past that, mostly because of Uber, but still, I still drive a lot more in my I drive a lot more now than I did in my old car.
I'm happy. I'm glad you like to drive more. I hate driving, but I like driving. Does that make any sense?
No.
Like, I don't know how to put it.
You like to be able to drive?
Yes. But I don't like driving. Like, if I could, like, get a chauffeur, if I could Uber everywhere I wanted to go, I might do that. But I would still like to have a car.
That doesn't seem wasteful at all.
Hey, I don't know. I was so excited when I got my first car. It was a Toyota Corolla. It still works today. I still have it in my possession. And it was awesome when I first got it. Then as soon as like that next year hit after getting it, I was like, I'm over this driving thing. Can I get like Can I
just sit in the passenger seat from now on?
Yeah, is there any way that I can just get someone else to drive me? Someone please don't say Tesla can drive me. It'll do automatic driving in the future. I don't want that type of driving.
Sounds like that's perfect for you.
No, it's not. I need a man behind the wheel.
You get the full self-driving. You can sit in the passenger seat where you like to sit. You still get to have a car.
I need a breathing body behind the wheel.
I think it's kind of changed me the way I drive and just in general. I think I still drive the same when I'm in the truck. Cause I mean, it's only
you don't have a choice.
It can only go 65 miles an hour, so
you don't really have a choice.
I mean, I can sit there and get mad when people cut me off, but that wouldn't do me any good.
You definitely don't want to get a ticket while you're driving your work truck.
I don't want to get any tickets at all.
That is so true. That is so true.
However, it has changed how I drive in general. Like, I know I made the video kind of slamming how bad the Tesla browser was, but using that browser to work the Waze app is excellent. It's a really good app, and it tells me where all the police are.
Bless you.
Not that I'm speeding or anything, but it tells me where all the police are and all the hazards are. Let's just talk about the hazards and the other stuff. Let's not talk about what the police are. I don't want them to get that part banned.
No. Well, I mean, Waze been out for a long time. I told you what the police is gonna do.
I think in some states, they aren't allowed to disclose that information.
Really?
On Waze.
Huh. Well, in the places where they can, if I was the police, I would put a bunch of police down the street and no one's there. That's what I would do.
And then people will just be coming right behind you, giving you thumbs down.
That's okay. Do you get banned if you get a lot of thumbs down?
Well, I know it's not a thumbs down. I think they'll just clear whatever you wrote. But I think if you keep putting that something's there and people keep coming behind you saying it's not there, they might not.
Well, it could have been there when I was there. They don't know that.
Have there right behind you.
Yeah.
And if it only happens to you,
I could just be insane, and I'm seeing things.
Well, either way, they don't want your input. They wouldn't want it.
Oh, okay. Now watch your tone.
What?
Either way, they wouldn't want your input.
Well, they wouldn't want the input of somebody who's going to lie or someone who's going to be seeing things.
Well,
I'm once again taking a long way. I've committed to not going the other way because of what it did to my tire.
Yes. Nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I take the short way, and but you hit the train tracks kind of hard though. You are a rough train track hitter.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. This is the second time you've had a tire blow out while hitting a train track.
No, the other time on the other car, the tire blew out after we crossed the train track. And remember, like you crossed the train track, and then the road was like rough after the train track.
I thought it blew out when you hit the train track, but to each his own. You still hit it very rough. I remember it like it's yesterday.
Well, that was a smooth train track crossing.
But you went.
This video isn't gonna be about how my past driving. You trying to throw me under the bus?
I'm just saying. I mean,
as you hit the train tracks hard too, cause you be flying.
Yeah, I do. I'm not gonna deny it.
You slow down more, but you're still hitting them at the same speed I was hitting them, because you're driving 20 miles over the speed limit.
But I know how to. You can't hit the train tracks straight on. You gotta kind of. Oh my God.
Internal combustion engine cars make that sound. You hear it?
What? That's not a evil cat. That wasn't an evil cat.
No, I'll take evil cat over that. That's something that's about to break. That's a belt or something.
Okay.
Yeah, but I know since I got the Tesla, I drive a lot faster.
Yes, you do. Because it almost killed me sometimes when I was riding in the Kia, how slow we would go.
Yeah, and when I was in the Kia, I would never go over 3 miles over the speed limit.
I used to be like, go! Please! Press it!
Yeah, in this car, especially now that I got this Waze thing figured out, I'm with everybody else. Left lane only. And the way this car accelerates, I find myself way over the speed limit a lot accidentally. Like, I'll be at a stop sign and I'll just punch it really quick, and bam, 50 miles per hour in a 30. Oops.
It's never an accident for me.
Yeah, she just drives fast. She doesn't care about the consequences.
I do. I don't want to get pulled over. I don't want to get a speeding ticket. I probably would cry. I probably would feel really sad, and I'll start crying. And I'm a very nervous person, so I'll be really nervous. This is so off topic, but it's such a true story. I don't know if I told you this. I don't know. I probably said this already. I was hit in the back once. The old guy hit me in the back once. And did I go deep into the story? I don't think I did. But after I got hit and the guy said no damage to my car, it was an older guy. And we pulled over. And he was telling me, number one thing he started saying was, look, there's no damage to your car. I got to use the restroom. That's the first thing that came out of his mouth. And I'm young in college, just started college, and I took an English test, my English final exam, and I felt like I failed the exam. So I was already upset about that. And so finally I called my mom, and when I called my mom and my parents, I saw that. When I called my mom and my parents, it's like a cavalry of people come all over the place. So I had 1 million people there with me after I just got in a wreck. Stop making faces. I see you. And then my dad and the guy ended up getting into an argument because he kept saying no damage. And then once the police got there, I immediately started crying. Somebody walked out of Rite Aid, and I don't know who that lady was, but I started crying on her shoulder. I was just like crying with all these random people. And my mom was like, where is Chynna? Girl, get yourself back over here and stop all that crying. So I had to write a note about what happened. And because I thought I failed my English test, you're just supposed to write like a little short summary of what happened. I ended up writing front and back paper about the whole wreck. And the state trooper kind of picked up the paper like, thank you, ma'am. I'm going to definitely write this in my report. Not. So this is
Stable to his report.
It was like a long. He was like, "Really? This? Did you list the times as well of what happened?" Yeah. So I'm a very nervous, jittery person. When stuff happens and the police get involved, I'm immediately probably crying.
Sound like a guilty person.
It's not that I'm guilty. I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I'm sorry I'm causing a bad day for you. I didn't mean it. How do I fix this? Yeah. So, I'm just, yeah. I told that long story. I don't know why. It just came up in my head of me crying. Because I'm a crier.
Anyway, how Tesla changes people's driving habits. Yeah, definitely it changes the routes I choose. Because I don't cross that old railroad track no more until they fix it. And sometimes I'll go a longer way.
It's a funny sticker. On the back of this van it says, "Warning, this vehicle stops at all garage sales." Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I take different routes now.
Edit that out.
Sometimes I go the route with the most red lights and see if I can get at the front of the red light and just take off with other people. Oh. I also hate it when people get in front of me. Hey, go away.
I feel like I've never been down this road, but I've been down this road a lot of times.
I think you might have came this way one time when we were coming from the DCFS office.
Probably so.
Oh, speaking of DCFS, that's why we've been away for a little bit.
Yeah.
We've been doing some foster adoption stuff, and apparently it takes a lot of back and forth and information and things to get a child into a daycare.
Well,
yeah, we kind of thought that we could just, hey, we have a baby, you want to watch him for us? And they're like, yeah, we love taking care of babies. It's not that easy.
Well, the thing about fostering is you have to put them in a daycare that accepts the state rate. Like, I can't just walk up to the best daycare that I want to go to and say, hey, I have this child, here, accept him. I'll pay you. They're going to pay you. That's not how the state works. It's only a select few daycares that accepts the state rate. Because it's up to the daycare if they want to accept the state rate or not. So, when you have maybe 3 daycares in an area that just recently flooded, and most daycares are still out of commission, so you're cramming everybody in this area, and it's just overcrowding the daycare system. So there's absolutely nowhere to go but a drive on the other side of town to get to a daycare.
And by accept the state rates, we don't mean accept the rate that the state has set. We mean just accept any money that the state are willing to pay.
Yeah.
And we still have to pay the remaining balance. The state doesn't cover the whole thing.
No, the state doesn't. They don't cover.
So some places don't even take money from the state.
But they tell you they don't want those type of children in their daycare. Which is, that's so horrible to say.
Yeah.
But it's true. That's what they say. So, yeah. And I guess another reason is, because they are foster children, they're probably going to be pulled in and out of daycare sometimes, to go to meetings, because they still have to go to meetings to meet their family. So it could be disruptive to their daycare, and that happens every week. So, I guess I kind of get, I don't know.
I don't think that's cool.
Huh?
I don't think it's cool.
What?
They should be able to They shouldn't be able to just say that we aren't going to take money from the state.
You would think that they...
Money spends the same, baby.
But yeah, I don't know. Fostering is such a hard job, especially for people who are working. You know, 2 working people, you know, it's super hard. Like, I was telling my husband that most people, when they have a newborn in their house, they're off. They don't have to go back for work. Some people, it's 12 weeks. I don't know how it is in other states, but I know with my job, it's about like you get 12 weeks off. I would be off at this point. He could possibly be off a couple weeks as well. We're missing that type of luxury that most people get. So it's very hard. I mean, but at the end of the day, when you get home and you see, well, we see baby Christian's face, it's like, oh, I understand why I'm doing this, but then it's like, oh my God, I'm so tired, Christian. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. I admire you sleeping.
And one more thing, just having the car, I'm just a lot more willing to drive.
Yeah.
Like any chance I can get to drive, usually I'm taking advantage of it.
I would definitely park in the back here.
Where's the... Oh, there it is.
There it is, right there.
You want to drive off the front?
No, I'll walk. It's not a bad day.
Just an idea of how I park. No.
What?
Look for the car. Are we there yet? Nope.
Probably should go in between the other side of these trucks so we don't get with the baby.
Yeah. Holding the baby. Holding the walls. Where's the car? Anybody park next to me? No, perfect.